Hi guys, college process is over, at least for the first year students. I think all of the decisions are out already at this point. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I did not get into any university I wanted to go to. It was disappointing, hard, stressful for sure period of time, starting from early fall or whenever I started doing my college apps, and honestly up until this point. But I'm glad it's over. At least most of it is over, not 100% done yet, but most of this process is already behind. And I kind of wanted to share my story and how it all went for me. So here I come, I guess. From the beginning, I really wanted to stay in California, and I applied to all of the schools in California except one, NYU. I met so many people, primarily in school, but in general, I guess like students from Bay Area. They have this urge to like leave California so much, and they just like, even like some people didn't even apply to any schools in California. They want to leave this place so much. And it was so wild for me at first because I thought it's such a great place and there's so great schools here in California. I don't know, it just felt wild for me that everybody wants to leave. But it makes sense because like people really want to leave like their hometown or get away from their family. And I just don't have this urge because I just came to the US at 15 and I already left, For me, it made sense to stay like somewhere in the location that I can see myself in the future, right? And where I want to live at and I want to have my life and future at, rather than leave somewhere and then come back. So it was kind of, the dream and the aim was to stay here. And so I wanted to get into Stanford. It's in Bay Area and it's just like, this perfect neighborhood and the most beautiful campus and stuff. And when I came to the US and I saw it in real life, it just became this kind of goal and a dream for me. I talked more about this in my recent video about the college process. And it just was like everything was around it. I was in my thoughts around it, and like all my folders were named Stanford, but not like college stuff or whatever. I just really believed I had a shot, and I really believed that I had a chance. I applied early restrictive action for Stanford, so I could only apply to 2 schools. It's like Stanford and USC, because they have some kind of like agreement with USC, and therefore I applied early only 2 schools. And I guess it's 4 o'clock. I guess. What are they gonna do? Yeah, there's an update already. Ready? Yeah, that's rejection. I got rejected. It was my first rejection, and also like the dream school. And it for sure was hard at the moment. I think it was the hardest rejection I had probably. It's like my first rejection and really somewhere I wanted to go to. And yeah. But I still had 16 schools to go, or 15 schools to go after Stanford, because it was my first school I got decision from. And therefore the whole dream shifted right now, is to get into Berkeley, of course. Berkeley and Stanford from the beginning were kind of my dreams and, top choices. Stanford was probably like more a dream, but both of those schools I really could see myself there and wanted to go to. Going back a little bit, I applied to the reach schools for me as the Stanford and Berkeley, but also UCLA, USC, and NYU. So I was thinking if I go to any of those, that's probably when I actually move out and go to that school. And if I'm not, I was thinking that my next option is Santa Clara, because it's located in Bay Area and it's just, perfect if I'm not getting anywhere. And if I'm getting into Santa Clara, at that point I was like, it doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna go anywhere and just stay in Bay Area. I was just like thinking if I'm not getting to Santa Clara and anywhere else, that's the end. Next school after Stanford was USC. It was also early action. I got deferred.
Want me to record you?
No.
Okay.
differ. Basically, they differ all of the people from early action round who are not admitted. So they differ most of the people to the regular pool. And I was kind of like, okay, it's not rejection, but it's still, you know, didn't feel nice at the moment, but I kind of moved on. So then I got some of the acceptances. I got into SF State, Long Beach, UC Santa Cruz, and UC Riverside. I don't even remember if I recorded any reaction for any of those because I just like was not excited about them, just being honest with you guys. I got into Chapman and University of San Francisco. And then it went all to the shit, basically. After that, after Chapman and USF, and after all of those acceptances, it did not go good for me at all. I got waitlisted from UC Davis, and I just didn't even record anything. I thought I'm gonna get in, and I just opened the phone, and I was waitlisted. Then I was rejected from UC Irvine. Oh my god, what the heck? I just got an email from UC Irvine. Yeah. Rejection. Nice. I was rejected from UC Santa Barbara. Yeah, they rejected again. Not even waitlist. And Santa Clara came out, and I was very stressed at that point because I already got, you know, rejections and waitlists, and I was kind of scared, and I was questioning my my whole application at that point because I thought I'm delusional and stuff. I was waitlisted. But yeah, I got waitlisted from Santa Clara. The main one was coming up the next 2 weeks. UCLA. Nice. I got rejected from UCLA. I got rejected. USC came out after the referral. I got rejected again. Cal Poly, I got waitlisted. Cal Poly, rejection right now. No, but do you know why is it rejection?
Why?
Because it's state school. They only look at your grades.
Oh.
They don't have anything else to look at.
Even like vibes, no?
No. Wow, they put
My
me
God,
on
3
wait
paragraphs.
list.
How do you see so fast?
I read.
You don't even fucking send the email?
Because if you're rejected, they don't say. That's the shortest rejection. And then...
Did you get
What do you mean, did you get?
an email or something?
No, it's just people say it's 3:30. Yeah, rejection.
Well,
I got rejected from Berkeley. It just felt so crazy at the moment because like I was waiting, you know, so much, and it was like the main decision that I was waiting for, and it just felt like if I'm not gonna get in, there's like I'm gonna like crash out after all. I'm gonna like, you know, get into my crying mode, and like it's gonna be a lot of emotions. But I just felt nothing after this, and I remember the next several days after all, the Berkeley was the last decision for me, and next 3 days maybe, or several days after the the Berkeley decision, it just felt like nothing. And I think it's just like I think there's some psychological explanation to this. Was like, because I remember it was the dopamine. There's like some explanation that like you release more dopamine waiting for something to happen rather than when it's already like you have it in front of you or something like that. So I think this is what happened with me with Berkeley. I just remember that I felt nothing. I just felt so neutral, and I just opened that letter. It said rejection. I don't remember whether I cried that day. I don't remember whether I was like sad that day or whatever. I just neutrally, I think I prepared myself so much for that I just didn't have any emotions. One thing that like this application process taught me is that hope dies the last, always, all the time. There were days, again, when I was just thinking that I'm probably getting rejected from everything. And especially after rejection from Stanford, it just like, it hit the most at that time. And it was just like, I'm probably getting rejected from everywhere if I got rejection from Stanford. And I still woke up next morning and I still kept believing that I'm able to get into Berkeley. And so, yeah, I still stayed very hopeful and still believed that something could happen till the last moment I opened the Berkeley rejection letter. And I just think this is who we are as a species. We're always gonna hope despite everything. I think it kind of saved us at most of the time to be hopeful about stuff and to hope for the better. It's hard. It's definitely hard and very stressful period, especially when you're still in high school and there are like people around you talking about where they get accepted, rejected, and the people ask you, and you see people who got in and you didn't get in. It just makes it even more harder. I just came to the phases of thinking that it's so unfair, to thinking why them, why not me. I came to the phases of rereading my essays as well as thinking that I might have done more for my extracurricular side and stuff. And I was like thinking, what did I do wrong? I thought I did everything how people say they have to do. I gave my essay to read to many people, and many people said that it was great and it was good. And I don't know, it's just like, I feel like there's this uncertainty that you go through. I don't think there's point of thinking why I got rejected or why not, whether it was my GPA, my extracurriculars, or my story and my essays. I really thought I had a shot. I really thought my essays were great, and but it just turned out like it turned out. Whether I just was not lucky or whether my application was bad, it just doesn't matter at this point. So, but basically, I didn't do the conclusion, but basically the schools that I got in, again, I forgot that basically the schools that I got accepted to are SF State, Long Beach, UC Santa Cruz, UC Riverside, USF, and Chapman. Why I said that I'm not 100% done with this process is that I'm crazy and I'm still hopeful for the wait list. Specifically for the Santa Clara waitlist. I'm still gonna hope and I'm still gonna believe that I'm gonna get in, but 90% of the chance is that I'm probably gonna go to University of San Francisco. I have to do some work for the waitlist. I'll try to put all my best and all I can do at this point for the waitlist for Santa Clara. That means I have to submit like letter of interest as well as some of the stuff, but 90% of the chance that I'm going to University of San Francisco. I will let you guys know for sure, I guess, whenever I'm gonna know this. I think they are rolling wait lists from like May to August, so it could take a while, but hopefully. And then I want to end up on like this point that I just always kept telling to myself throughout this college process whenever it felt hard, and still keep telling to myself whenever it feels hard, because I did not get into school that I wanted to go to. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get success I want in life. So the success is not taken away from me because I did not get into, because I'm not gonna go into school that I wanted to go to. Yeah, this is what I'm just keep telling to myself despite everything. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in new videos.